Dreamweaver website on sports injuries and advancements. My guiding question was, how has technological advances affected the world of sports medicine? And my area of interaction was health and social. A little bit about me. My name is Tuley. I'm from a southern suburb of the city of Chicago. My dad grew up in the same town his whole life. My mom was born in the same surrounding area. I have two brothers and a sister. My one brother, Gary, he is on a destroyer out in Norfolk, Virginia in the U.S. Navy. Another brother named Michael, we call him Mikey. He's a police officer in the city of Chicago. And a sister who is trying to break into the film industry as a costume and wardrobe designer. My career interest survey, I scored highest in protective, which shows because I'm very protective of my loved ones and my friends and family. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor that specializes in sports medicine. Here we go. Okay. My IB learner profile traits, I scored highest in risk taker, which applies to me because I like to take risks in tiny things. Knowledgeable, because I like to think of myself as smart. Sometimes I lack in the common sense department, but I got it in the brains. Inquirer, because I like to ask questions and I like to try to think. My learning styles are linguistic. I do well in school. Visual spatial, because I can see and modify things in my mind so that they make sense to me. Interpersonal, because I like to talk a lot. I'm good with people and I know how to get the best out of people. Intrapersonal, because I am very in my own head a lot and I like to set goals for myself and accomplish them. I find that very important to being myself. Back to my topic, I always wanted to know, like, an injury that would have ended somebody's career now doesn't. They can come back, and such as Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings this year, tore his ACL in one of the final weeks of the season last year, and now is putting up career numbers, and just yesterday broke the record for the Minnesota Vikings for rushing yards in the season. I chose to highlight 3 important injuries that I've noticed over the past few years, the first of which is the Achilles heel injury. It's very historically inclined. Started with the Greek warrior Achilles, who bathed in the river Styx to become immortal back in Greek times. He fought in the Trojan War when they took the city and started to burn it down. He was shot trying to save somebody. He was shot through the Achilles heel by Paris, the Prince of Troy, and it ended up killing him. This is some of the muscles and nerves in your leg, and that's the Achilles tendon down there. It's in the back of your heel, and that's Achilles in battle armor. The Tommy John injury has come up a lot lately in modern sports, mostly baseball. It's the UCL ligament in your elbow. It connects the forearm to the humerus right through here. Tommy John was the first person to injure his UCL. That's him right there. There's a picture for the New York Yankees. It ended his career because they didn't really know, nothing like that had ever come up, so they didn't know how to do it. But now, because so many people injure it, they've made so many advancements, and they now know how to fix those. This is Jason Isringhausen. I had a tough time pronouncing that one. He has injured his UCL 3 times over the course of his career. And up there is Steven Strasburg. He is a rookie phenom for the Washington Nationals who injured his UCL last year and came up this year and led his team to a playoff and made the All-Star game. The ACL injury is another one that has come up recently. Like I said, that Adrian Peterson is one of the more famous ones to undergo it. Also, Rashard Mendenhall of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That you can see right there, the model of the knee. That's the ACL right there. It connects your patella to the rest of your knee. There's 4 major ligaments in the knee: the anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL, the medial collateral ligament, or the MCL, the posterior cruciate ligament, which is the PCL, or the lateral collateral ligament, which is the LCL. One of the major things with an ACL tear is if you injure your ACL, you are likely to injure one of the other ligaments in your knee, which even farther lengthens your time that you would have to be out of action. Credits? Any questions?
So,
Go ahead.
This one?
The Tommy John UCL ligament.
Yeah, so how's the cure? What made that
They
successful?
take a ligament from another part of your body that's not highly used and replace it in there.
Really?
Yes. Or they go sometimes to cadavers and take a ligament from there and replace it in your elbow.
Is that the same thing as tennis elbow?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
That was very good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah. The technology, is what you're saying, has advanced the medicines to where now they can go back in sports and play more after they recover from their injury. And what school would you go to learn to do this?
Well, that's a good question. My plan is to go to a local college and get my RN and join the U.S. Navy as a corpsman and do 4 years ROTC so I could go in as an officer and hopefully use the GI Bill. I would like to go to Stanford University because they have a very good doctoral program.
That's a good plan.
Wow, that's a very good plan. And you don't like sports very much, do you?
Not playing them so much, but watching them.
You obviously know all the players. Bet you know all their records too. don't you?
Yes. And the funny thing is, being from Illinois, I love all the Illinois teams, but my one exception is Auburn University.
Thank you, Warrior Oregon.
And it actually, I started as an Alabama fan, and then my brother became an Alabama fan, and I couldn't like the same team as him, so I had to become an Auburn fan.
We understand.
Yeah. So, yes, I very much love sports.
So, okay, you're a man of many talents, obviously. I had no idea that you knew all about sports, and I mean, Adrian Peterson just came back. I mean, you just set that record yesterday, so it's up-to-date knowledge. Do you collect baseball cards?
Yes, ma'am.
So on top of all that, you collect baseball cards. You know how to use Dreamweaver, obviously, to build a web page. But there's something else that you've done recently, not in Okaloosa County, that nobody knows, that you haven't told people about. What's your other talent?
Acting.
Keep going.
I landed a role in a movie Friday night.
And at the district competition?
I received the superior on my solo, my duet, and an excellent amount of improv.
It's amazing. It's just amazing.
You'd be an acting doctor.
Yeah.
Sports people are going to love you.
Yeah. Well, John, you always show another amazing side of yourself. That was a great presentation.
Thank you.